Welcome back, everybody. This is the Castle Country Real Estate Podcast, episode number 11. I'm Josh Madsen from Real Estate Titans. Super excited to be here to talk to you about real estate this week in Castle Country. So this week, we've got about 94 single-family properties between Carbon and Emery County. This is awesome. We're starting to see a little bit of an uptick in available properties on the market. And this is a good thing, as we've talked about over the past couple months. More inventory means more choices. And also gives more, not only for buyers, but it also gives more choices to sellers, which is an amazing thing. Since the last 2 years, we basically have very, very low inventory. As far as properties sold in the past week, we're looking at 4 properties. So things are starting to move what would be perceived as a little bit slower in the marketplace. And that's the main thing. So basically what's happening is as interest rates are going up, we're starting to see less buyers in the market that can afford things when the interest rates were closer to 3%. And now we're starting to get into that 6% range and maybe even a little bit higher. So we want to keep an eye on that if you're looking at getting into the market. And for sellers, you want to make sure that you're checking in and keeping tabs on that, because if you're looking to list your home, you really want to kind of start to slowly understand this is going to be something you're going to see 30, 60, 90 days on the market if you're looking to sell your house, just because of how things are going. We're also conditioned these last couple years of things going in 2-3 days, and that sort of became the norm. So that's basically the overview of the market that I kind of wanted to share with you. Interest rates are going up. Definitely talk to a lender. See if you're going to be qualified to purchase. And for sellers, try to set your expectations correctly that your house is going to be on the market a little bit longer than it was a year or 2 ago. And that's really important so that you know going into it, it's probably not going to be as fast as it once was. That's one thing I like to do as a realtor, really set expectations for my sellers, let them know how things are going, and that's very important. And for buyers, we've got a little bit more time to start looking at houses and maybe not have to jump on the very first one we see. We might have a selection of houses that might fit the criteria that you're looking for. So a couple hot tips today that I wanted to share with you. The first goes on the buyer's side. I wanted to talk a little bit about expectations again is in terms of being a buyer. One of the things I like to sit my buyers down and help them understand that they're out looking for a house. What should we be looking for? And I like to have them sit down, give me a list of things, features they're looking for. And basically the criteria that I like to set for them is to say, I understand your criteria. I understand the needs and wants of your family or whatever the situation may be. Let's try to hit about 80% of those. So again, as we said, kind of relating it to the current market, as we have more properties to look at, you might be able to feel a little less pressure trying to hit that 80 percentile about what you're looking for. So things you might be looking for might be you need a 2-car garage. Maybe it's attached, maybe it's detached. Maybe you're looking for a fenced yard because you have a dog in the family and you want to make sure you don't have to put that in once you move in. Other features, obviously, bedrooms and bathrooms. Hardwood floors. Maybe the view is so important to you that that's part of that 80% criteria. So if you're out there and thinking about getting in the market as a buyer, definitely take some time, make a written list about what you're looking for and share that with your realtor. And someone like me that can kind of walk you through that, try to get to that 80 percentile. I know what I'm looking for. A quick example of that is I had a buyer not too long ago, and it was very important that we found some sort of RV parking on the side of the house. So I have the ability on my side of the deal with the multiple listing service to actually look at things like that to make sure I'm not sending properties to my client that may not have those types of features. And I got really good at that one in terms of being able to figure out what we were looking for in terms of the house, but also in terms of the features with the garage and the parking on the side. So moving on to the seller, I'm kind of doing a double hot tip today. I wanted to make sure that with sellers, I want to talk a little bit about curb appeal. And this is a common term that you hear pretty frequently in real estate. What is curb appeal? Well, it's how your house looks. If you're getting your house ready to sell, these are features that maybe they don't even add to the appraisal of the house per se, but they add to the appeal in the marketplace currently. So just like it says, if someone were to drive by the home, what are they looking at? What's going to grab their attention? And these are the features that we want to kind of focus on in terms of the appeal of the property. So as you're getting ready to list the property, we're in fall now, so maybe the grass is getting a little shorter, but you want to make sure it's well manicured lawn or landscaping. If it's a zero-scaped yard, that it's nice and cleaned up. There's not leaves everywhere. This is super important. In terms of maybe the house itself, a fresh coat of paint on the front. Make sure the front door looks good. We want to make sure that this thing's popping out and calling people to come in. Really, it's the first line of marketing when you're getting ready to sell your house. And obviously, curb appeal can go into the home as well. So as we're preparing to show a home, we want to make sure everything's put together. So if you're still living in the home while you're trying to sell it, you want to make sure all the rooms look good. If you're starting to already move out and pull maybe some photos off the wall, you're patching those. Again, fresh coat of paint and making it look presentable. This is what we want to do, is every little bit of this home, not just the photos to get someone to the house, but are they having a great experience when they're being shown the house? The feel of a home is such a big deal to the process of looking at a home. And we all know that because it's our home that we're selling, and we want to present it to people in a way that's attractive to them and shows off all the best features of the home. So those are my two hot tips, one for the buyer, one for the seller, and I hope they help you out as you're starting to get ready to either list your home or start looking for a home. So what's going on in Castle Country this weekend? I wanted to bring up one really cool event to go check out. The College of Eastern Utah is doing their 5th annual Pumpkin Festival from 4 to 6 tomorrow. So be sure to check that out. There's always something cool going on in either Carbon or Emery County. And each week I'm trying to bring something for you to go check out. There's also the farmers market going on, which I've talked about before here in Price. And it's great to get out and support those local vendors. So I'm really excited to be here every week. I love giving you guys all of the information about the real estate market, especially as it's changing so much right now, and want to be sure to answer all your questions. If you have a comment, you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment below, or on Facebook, or you can reach out directly to me. Shoot me a text, 801-388-4047. And again, I'm Josh from Real Estate Titans, and I'll see you next Friday.